The Sims 3 spin-off, Sims Medieval, was the last Sims RPG that EA made. Sure, in The Sims 4 they tested adding packs with missions like Strangerville and Journey to Batuu, but they haven't even come close to creating a true RPG spin-off since The Sims Medieval. An RPG, also called a role-playing game, is a game where players assume the role of characters within a fictional world and make decisions that influence the story and character progression. These games often feature character customization, skill development, and exploration, allowing players to shape their character's identity and experience. While some of these characteristics do align with the Sims base games, they're not focused on missions aimed towards story progression. Instead, the Sims base games are about how you choose to express your creativity within a sandbox game. Game packs added to The Sims 4, like Strangerville, suggest that EA was interested in implementing more RPG-style packs into the game. However, Strangerville is very limited in terms of outcome from your missions, because there's really only one way to complete the main goal of the pack. It also doesn't help achieving an RPG status with a pack within The Sims 4, because I think we all know that The Sims 4 is definitely more focused on create a sim and the build buy catalog. Gameplay is their last priority. I don't think it's even on their priority list, honestly. Bust the Dust was the only kit that I bought because gameplay is the most important thing to me. And not only was it poorly made and full of bugs, but it was so bad that they completely gave up on gameplay kits after the very first one. Journey to Batuu does have a little bit more variety because you are able to choose which side you join. You have a selection of missions that you can choose from, but unfortunately there wasn't much effort put into building the RPG experience. Journey to Batuu is more focused on how everything looks, adding those Star Wars themed items to the game, and well, partnering with Star Wars. Now let's talk about The Sims Medieval. Medieval was a Sims 3 spin-off, so the graphics look just like The Sims 3, character customization, and in general, the graphics of the world look just like in The Sims 3. But with Medieval, we get a whole new setup, a whole new world, and a new way of playing The Sims. You choose your character's ambition and go straight into worldview. Here you can see many different areas of the map, and it is an open world. We have the castle, the forest, the judgment zone, graveyard, a pirate ship location at the beach, and a lot more. Though you don't get access to all of this when you first start the game. It will later be your duty to add these locations as you want to expand your game. Here you create your sim, who will initially be your king or queen, by choosing Create a Sim items from a selection of era-appropriate hairstyles and clothing. As you'll see later, once you've progressed through some of your missions as the ruler of the kingdom, you get an option to start quests as other characters. You still have that classic customization wheel of colors from The Sims 3, but all of the items are new and unique to The Sims Medieval. It's a similar situation with traits, where each trait truly influences your Sim's behaviors, but these traits are for the most part unique to The Sims Medieval, and you only get to pick 2, which may or may not be positive, and you have to pick a flaw. Just to point out a few, we have traits like adventurous, chivalrous, eloquent, evil, greedy, jokester, hopeful orphan, vain, and in the fatal flaws section, a few of them are cowardly, drunkard, fool, hubris, insomniac, puny, uncouth. And once you've played your game for a while, you can earn legendary traits like famous, guild connections. Once you officially start, you're prompted to complete various quests that will allow you to essentially level up by gaining perks and money that can be used to upgrade the furniture in your castle and expand on your kingdom. If you choose a different story for your sim outside of being the king or queen, your sim will get quests related to their individual career. Here's a bit of gameplay from my experience playing as a wizard. As a wizard, most of my objectives were to create potions for people and deliver them, research, and I had to work on my queen's quest, because previously when I had played as the queen, I started a quest where the queen created a new holiday requiring her citizens to go find secret treasures around the map. Then once I switched over to my wizard, the wizard, of course, being in that kingdom, had to follow the queen's rules while also completing her own goals. And here, my wizard was trying to deliver a potion and ended up getting mugged by a thief. She also walked through a fight between some knights and visited the palace to talk to the queen's assistant. So you unlock these other kinds of roles or sim careers once you've already unlocked the location as your ruling sim. And from then on, you are able to switch between characters and quests whenever you want. So here's a bit of footage of my brand new ruler. She's a new queen, and for some reason she didn't have any money, so her entire castle is pretty sad and pretty bare. But I did want to show what it looks like when you start the game versus when you're pretty advanced into it like I was in the world where I had my wizard. So here is what it looks like on the map before you've unlocked all the places. And in contrast to that, here is a view of my first queen's castle. And there are plenty of choices when you're furnishing your castle. You can pick from all different themes and spend as much money or as little money as you want on your decorations. Also, having progressed in this specific save, my queen had to maintain positive relationships with the kingdoms bordering hers. And there are ways to do this so that you're not in a good place with your neighbors. So now that we've looked at The Sims' attempts at adding mission-based gameplay to The Sims 4, and looking at their last, most recent, and most successful Sims RPG spin-off, The Sims Medieval, do we think that EA will make another Sims spin-off RPG? My hope will always be yes. However, it seems very unlikely considering how long The Sims 4 has lasted. And maybe not lasted in a good way, but here it is, and we still get expansion packs, game packs. We don't really get stuff packs anymore, but we get a ton of kits. It seems like the focus for The Sims is to continue building, those are air quotes, building on The Sims 4 as it is. It also looks like the Sims Project Renee has been pushed back, which is pretty sad because The Sims 4 as it is has been around for way too long. They need to update everything. And I hope that with the next game they'll incorporate what was successful in The Sims 2, 3, and 4. For example, really working on the build, buy, and create a sim aspects just like they have in The Sims 4, but they should look back into The Sims 2 retro, hilarious, chaotic energy that they provided with just about everything you did in that game and bring that to the next version of The Sims that they make, and also add maybe not open world, but at least open neighborhood, truly open neighborhoods, similar to how The Sims 3 was open world, and put at least as much attention and focus into the gameplay of whatever spin-off or new Sims game is made, like there was in The Sims 3 and The Sims 3 spin-off, Sims Medieval. Can you imagine if the next Sims title felt nostalgic like The Sims 2 and chaotic like The Sims 2? Gameplay was full, well thought out, well planned like in The Sims 3, and all of the creative aspects were so detailed like in The Sims 4. I hope that's what they're striving for at EA and Maxis, and that I think is maybe the only reasonable excuse for not putting out another newer Sims game by now. So what is the verdict on will EA make another Sims RPG? I don't think they will. The best I would expect is another pack like Journey to Batu, but I'll keep hoping, and you can hope with me that whatever The Sims has coming next is going to be really thoughtfully made, and it'll be something that they can be proud of and we can be proud of. This is a new sort of video for me. I typically do Sims challenge builds or create a sim challenges, or I make totally random creative projects where The Sims 4 is my muse. But if you're interested in seeing any of those, go ahead and check out my other videos, subscribe if you love Sims content, and if you do enjoy this sort of video essay, let me know in the comments. Like the video please, because I don't get any feedback right now about what I do because I'm such a small channel. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please let me know. Thanks for stopping by and have a great day.